All right, so I'm recording this the day of the Star Fox Direct. Like, I just watched it. I got my thoughts, but also I just released my first ever prediction video on this channel, like a Nintendo Direct prediction video. And I went through debating should I release this on Wednesday or Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. I ultimately decided to go on Wednesday, and thank God I did because a few hours after releasing that video, we got the Star Fox Direct. And so in the prediction video, I was thinking it was going to be a shadow drop at a June Direct. I don't know at this point, honestly, is Nintendo just, are they just done with Directs and just going with this like Nintendo Today app or just quick shadow drop Directs? So in a way, it was a shadow drop, but you know, with the dates and all that, that's cool and all to nail those predictions right and whatever. But I feel like the meat and potatoes of it, the details of the Star Fox game, and it is the June game, so got that one right. And the details of it, for better or worse, I was correct. It is a Star Fox 64 remake, and I wish I was wrong. Right? There's I didn't want to super try to make predictions based on emotion. Like I want it to be a brand new game. You know, there's people out there who thought it was going to be Star Fox Adventure 2 of all things, right? Like I love Star Fox Adventure also. I would love for them to make a Star Fox Adventure 2. But the logical side of me, it's like Star Fox has been dormant for so long. They just brought him back in the Mario Galaxy movie to introduce to a new audience. What better way to introduce them to a new audience than like the one Star Fox game at this point? Really, this is like the fourth or fifth time, depending on how you count them, that they're releasing Star Fox. And it's Star Fox 64, which is basically the first Star Fox game on Super Nintendo. And they released it on the 3DS, and Star Fox Zero is a retelling. So this is basically like the fifth time we're getting Star Fox 64. Uh, but it looks good, right? Like the characters at first, I think that's gonna be something that's gonna grow on everybody. Like during the trailer, it was kind of like, kind of ugly. During the Mario Galaxy movie, Fox and the crew, they look awesome, especially in like an animated, like the 2D like animation. I want to say hand drawn, but I don't think it was really hand drawn. Um, but yeah, that animation style is awesome, and even in like the Illumination Star Fox, he looks really cool. I don't know, I feel like they should have made it a little more cartoony, like the Illumination style. They went more like almost like animal, like like I don't know, I want to say realistic animal, but there's something about it where like Fox is thick, right? And Slippy's voice sounds kind of odd. I don't know, but I've been wanting to play Star Fox 64 on my analog 3D for a bit now. And the reason I haven't done it is because I only get like 15, 30, 45 minutes a day to game, right? And the game's an hour long. And so the odds that I would get an hour like straight to play uninterrupted are not high. And so that's held me back. I'm like, maybe there'll be some weekend or something I do get that hour. I'm like, I should just run through Star Fox 64 once. But there's other routes and stuff. So I like if I sit down and play Star Fox 64, I want to experience the game in its entirety and not just do one route. I don't think I've experienced all the routes in that game like as a kid. So that'd be really fun to do now. And yes, I know I can play on Nintendo Switch online and use save states and stuff. I wouldn't abuse them. I would just use them to like literally just save the game so I can like actually play it and get through it. But at the same time, if I'm playing the N64 version, I want to do it on the analog 3D. Like, I want to do it right. I want to do it. I was going to say with the CRT filters, but I think Nintendo has it. You know what always bugs me on NSO are those blue borders, man. So it's like I don't want to do on the OLED because of burn-in. So then I'd have to like set up a switch on that TV, and then just those blue lines are distracting. I like, since I'm playing a 4:3 game on a 16:9 TV, I like turning off all the lights here in the basement. It gets real dark, and all I can see is the 4:3 picture, right? So it's like the fact that it's on a 16:9 TV doesn't bother me unless I have all the lights on. Then it's bothersome. But I love playing N64 at night in 4:3 CRT filters on the analog 3D. And I want to do that with Star Fox, but so this remake does have a place. Like I'll be picking it up and playing it. Absolutely. I mean, oh, wow. Like the guy who picks up every first party Nintendo Switch game, he's gonna pick this one up too. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. But it looks like it's gonna be beautiful, right? But it's just kind of boring that it's Star Fox 64. I see the expert mode and the challenges. Those are the things that really excite me. Playing on the OLED 4K, 16:9. it's gonna look awesome. I think the characters are gonna grow on everybody. What's gonna be really weird is if they use these character models in the next Smash Bros. Right? Like I feel like the next Smash Bros. Game, like where do you go from Ultimate? It's like every character is just gonna get this like reskin. Like we're gonna have the Donkey Kong Bonanza Donkey Kong. We're gonna have this Star Fox. I feel like that the next Smash Bros. Is gonna be just this real like just like reskin or just rebranding of all these characters. That's kind of I feel like where it's going when you see these types of characters. But I don't know. At the same time, it's like we're so early in the Nintendo Switch 2's life cycle. I'm glad that this game's coming out now instead of like year 4 of the Switch 2, because now there's hope. That's like, okay, well, they're doing 64 remake again, logically behind that prediction, that reasoning is to introduce the new, reintroduce everybody. It's been dormant for a while. Let's just get back up on our feet. Let's bring Star Fox back. Right, he missed the entire Nintendo Switch generation. Let's bring him back, reintroduce him to a new audience. They're always obsessed with the new audience, and hopefully within the Nintendo Switch 2's life, like if this game does well, we get another Star Fox game, right? That's kind of like the weird thing with these remakes and remasters. It's like it's almost like these companies are testing us. They're like, do you really want a new game? Well, we'll remake this one. It's low effort and it'll be cheaper to do it. And if it sells well, then we'll invest on making the bigger one. That's where I'm like always like with the Halo remake, man. It's like I don't want to get it, but I don't want Halo to like go away because I want Halo to be good, but Halo hasn't been good in so long, so does it even matter? But I want Halo to be good, and it's like, well, Star Fox has been gone for so long. Star Fox is back. It's not this brand new exciting experience. I'm still gonna like want to play the 64 version of the game just because like I like the nostalgia, I like the graphics, I like the vibe. But this is cool, you know. I'm like I gotta change my perspective. I'm like, okay, like in a couple years, like when my son's playing Nintendo Switch games, like Star Fox, right? It's got that cool little co-op mode. Like that would be fun to do at some point. Like it's not like it's a bit gimmicky, the co-op thing, but I don't know, kind of like a Dave and Buster's arcade game. Like it could just be like a fun time. You know, but I don't know how many people are really gonna be playing that. Really cool that they're using the N64 controller. That there's support for that. That's really fun to see. And yeah, all around, it looks like a cool package. I think I just saw that it's going to be $50 digital, so probably $60 physical. So that's very expected. So if you're digital, $50. That's where I would see this price, and then you got the physical tax of 60. Of course, I'm going 60. I've been supporting physical this entire generation, whether it be a true physical or a game key card. But you know, I guess I'm not shying away from the key cards all that much as compared to other people. But absolutely, full on cart physical game, first party Star Fox. Will be picking it up. The only thing that's like really comes to mind with this remake is, of course, the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, right? Like I didn't doubt this remake's existence from the Nate the Hate leaks. My take on Nate the Hate this whole time has been I just wish he didn't leak it. Like this announcement would have been more fun if I wasn't braced for it, right? Like we're all braced for Star Fox. Star Fox was supposed to be announced in April, and it's been a few days into May, right? Like maybe they adjusted it just to like, you know, just to I don't know, throwing out like don't trust Nate or whatever. Like I don't know how easy is that just to change the date of this, and then they just shadow drop the direct. I don't doubt the Ocarina of Time remake is real, but what's really interesting now is going to be like, what is the scope of Ocarina of Time remake? Because the scope of this Star Fox game isn't that crazy. Yeah, it's prettier. They're adding cutscenes, a challenge mode, online. Like there's all this stuff, but like they made it perfectly clear that the levels are the same. It is Star Fox 64, and so Ocarina of Time is that going to get the same treatment? And part of me thinks they wouldn't do it for both games. I do feel like that the fact that Star Fox is so, I'm gonna call it bare bones of a remake, which is not. I mean, I think it's even more feature, like adding more stuff than Metroid Prime Remaster. But Metroid Prime Remaster is just a bigger game than Star Fox, which is like an hour long. But they're juicing it up, right? They're juicing up Star Fox. So how are they gonna juice up Zelda Ocarina of Time remake? I feel like they're gonna add more. It's gonna be a bigger game. Feel like more of a holiday title, more of a bigger title than Star Fox. Star Fox being $50 to $60, Zelda probably being $70 to $80. And so yeah, I think it's gonna be a little more substantial. At the same time, now I've said this before in videos in the past when it comes to Ocarina of Time remake is the character design, right? Like they're making the Zelda movie, and they branded Donkey Kong like the movie. they're branding Star Fox to be more in line with the movie. Will they, as part of the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, be rebranding Link and Zelda and Ganondorf to be more in line with the live action movie? And that could be weird, right? Like I see Star Fox, I'm like, it's like shocking, right? Like these new Star Fox character models. It's kind of like, at first I was like, ew, like kind of ugly. I think it's gonna grow as the direct went on. It grew on me. I was like, okay, like this could be kind of cool. And there hasn't even been that much Star Fox like in general, right? But like it could be cool, especially like if they use this design for like a sequel, right? Like it feels so weird now because it's new. They're putting in 64, and then maybe this design works way better in a future game, right? Like that's something I would love to see. And so yeah, Zelda again, Ocarina of Time. I think it's gonna be a bit more substantial of a game. I do still feel like that they're gonna make the character models resemble a little more closer to the live action movie, whether it be like the tunic he wears or just like the face model. But at the same time, I feel like they're choosing Star Fox 64 remake as like the first reintroduction of Star Fox because it's been dormant for so long. And it's just a safe bet, and just to get like a new audience on board on what the game is and what it's about before making a new one. And so at the same time, for better or worse, probably for the better, honestly, hopefully Ocarina of Time is still grounded in really Ocarina of Time, and the stuff they add is stuff like challenges and an expert mode, and make things like a little bigger, a little prettier, cutscenes and all that. And it's still just Ocarina of Time. It's not the Breath of the Wild route. And hopefully this is like 3D Zelda. Traditional 3D Zelda has been dormant for so long, right since Skyward Sword. You can say Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U. It's been dormant for so long. And so hopefully with Ocarina of Time Remake, they do a similar thing and they're bringing it back as a way to reintroduce it. But then we're going to actually get a new traditional 3D Zelda. It wouldn't be like the next year, but like there will be a new one in development with this kind of art style and all of that. And just kind of like, re-engage with people. It's like, is there still like an audience for traditional 3D Zelda? Because it's been Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom for so long. And as long as they do bring back traditional 3D Zelda, that's going to make me like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom more, especially if they make a third Breath of the Wild game, right? A third style of this giant kind of open world, weapon breaking, just like do whatever you want, climb whatever you want. If they make another game like that, I don't mind that existing alongside 2D Zelda and traditional 3D Zelda. But I wouldn't sacrifice traditional 3D Zelda for open world Zelda like that. They can coexist. And so hopefully that's what Ocarina of Time Remake is truly about. Just like the Star Fox 64 is just bring these dormant IP or style of games back. Of course, they're gonna align the character and branding with the movies because I feel like they're trying to like sync the movies and the games, and that way they can do the merch and the branding and not confuse the audience, right? Like they don't want to confuse the new audience, right? Here's the new game for the new audience, but we also don't want to confuse the new audience with like the movies and games and being different looking character models. So, dude, the next Smash Bros is it. I don't know. There's gonna be so many people who don't like. There's gonna be so many people who don't like the Star Fox game, which I completely understand. The fact that Nate the Hate leaked it made it not as exciting. Like, we were all braced for it and expecting it. What was exciting was that Nintendo shadow dropped it, right? Like I got a notification. I sit down to play Pragmata, and like I only have like 30 minutes to play it, and I'm not gonna be able to play for like another like 4 days. So I was really looking forward to that. And then 10 minutes into playing Pragmata, I get the notification of the Star Fox Direct. I'm like, really? Like now? It's like I was a bit excited, but also disappointed. Now I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, like I just lost my game time, and I'm not gonna be able to play for the next 4 days because I'm busy with real life stuff. And so I guess that's funny. But yeah, so it wasn't too exciting that we already kind of knew it was coming. And then of course it's a 64 remake, the fourth or fifth time we're getting Star Fox 64, the original Star Fox game. Not too exciting. It would be exciting if they remake Star Fox 2 next, right? Like if they don't do a brand new fresh game, they want to remake Star Fox 2 with the version that they released on the Super Nintendo. They want to do that with this style. That would be way more exciting, but you gotta start somewhere. So that could be a cool thing to do. And then maybe do Star Fox 3 if they want to just keep it an on-rail shooter brand. Of course, I'd love to see Star Fox Adventure and Star Fox Assault. Those games come back. I feel like they weren't given too fair of a chance, that style of game for Star Fox. That'd be a ton of fun. And so, yeah, but there's not going to be pleasing anybody. I can totally see it though. There's so many angles to not like this one. It's not, I don't think it's super hype either. It's safe, it's logical. Emotionally, I would have liked something brand new for sure. And I don't know if that sets the stage or expectations of what to come for Ocarina of Time. If it's this level of remake for Ocarina of Time, I think that might be what I want. It just might not be exciting, right? I just don't want them to ruin Ocarina of Time or make it something it's not. And I want them to get back on track with traditional 3D Zelda. And I want them to get back on track with Star Fox in general. There's so much goodness in the Star Fox IP, and it's just been like left and forgotten about. So hopefully this sells well enough that they keep doing it. I don't think they would put Star Fox in the Galaxy movie if they didn't have big plans for it, right? Like Star Fox is in the movie, make a Star Fox game. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Rosalina game, right? Like I feel like that there's still like a good chance for that because of the whole just this movie and game like synergy that they're trying to do and going on. And man, Smash is gonna be crazy, right? Smash is going to be wild. So, and you know what else? I feel like another crossover thing with Mario Kart. Like I feel like there's room for another Mario Kart game on Nintendo Switch too, right? We have like 3D and 2D Mario, we have 3D and 2D Zelda. Like we could have open world Mario Kart and like like Mario Kart 8 like deluxe, right? Like maybe we could get that Nintendo Kart with like all these other models, like put Fox in it. I don't know, he'd be a DLC with Mario Kart World, but at the same time I'm holding out hope that like there's room for another Mario Kart that's like harder and not open world. You have your casual one, your open world one. I don't know. I think Mario Kart could have multiple versions on the same console, just like Mario and Zelda. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about all of this. I'm gonna chalk that up as a win for the predictions. We're 1 for 1 right now, so we got a few months to go. We'll see how we track throughout it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.